you. But the other reason I don't do political material is because apart from my marriage, I'm very busy with my parents. Look, my parents are old and they're with me a lot, and actually my parents are not old anymore, they're old. You know, the difference in old parents, they forget stuff and all that. No, old. When your parents are old, they start to operate in a force field of bullshit logic that nobody can penetrate no matter what. Who here has parents like that? Yeah, they're always right, and they're always thinking of stuff. You're like, where is this coming from? You know, when I was visiting them, when they were last in India, because they're with me a lot, but last when I was visiting them, I had all these sold out shows, and I wanted some praise. I just wanted to tell them about my sold out shows, and I wanted them to say, what a great choice comedy has been for you. That's all I wanted. So I told my, like, ha! I know. But you paid to get in, I'm getting paid to do this, so hey. Anyway, so I told my mother, I said, Ma, I had all these sold out shows, isn't that great? My mother said, oh, sold out shows, very good. Can you tell me the name of every single person who purchased a ticket? Because I will put a fruit for them in the temple. And I'm like, every single, no, I can't. And she said, why not? I'm like, I don't know, data protection? Like, I don't even know how I would. She said, fine, don't tell me. Because, you know, anyway, you have always been a secret-keeping, dishonest person. Where is that, you know? So then I went to my dad. My dad's much more reasonable than my mother. And he's like little, and he's always saying very wise things. He's a bit like Yoda, but he's not green. Anyway, so I went to him and I said, Dad, I had these sold out shows, isn't it great? My father said, oh, sold out shows? Child, I think you're working too hard. Are you remembering to eat 7 almonds every day? 7 almonds. And I was annoyed. I said, you know what, I get it with the almonds, they're good for me, but why is it 7? Why is it 7, Dad? And he said, no need to shout, it's 7 because 6 won't do the job, and frankly 8 is excessive. Bullshit logic. Second joke. So, a woman who I don't know very well, who was at a coffee morning with my close friend, because my close friend misjudged and brought this woman to the coffee morning. I was like, who is this? Why is she here? I don't even like how she looks. My friend was like, why are you whispering? She's standing right there. I was like, oh, fine. This woman, a woman I don't know, said to me in the middle of my conversation with my friend, she said, oh, it's really interesting you've been married 21.5 years, but are you and your husband in a progressive marriage? I was like, a what? She said, a progressive marriage. So do you know what that even means? No, neither did I. I was like, wait, what does that even mean? She said, well, for example, have you and your husband discussed an open marriage even in principle? Open marriage? Ladies and gentlemen, I am not in an open marriage kind of situation. Right? I am in a marriage means marriage kind of situation. Marriage means marriage. Very tight border controls. A lot of complaining and criticizing and finger pointing, but nothing has ever changed because nobody has a plan B. And last but by no means least, inexplicably expensive to get out of. Yes. Are there any Americans in? Woo! Yeah, that was a Brexit joke. Just so you know.